Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about the dieting cycle and how that could contribute to your metabolism changing over time. I'm going to be using the term metabolic adaptation a lot. That just means your metabolism is fluctuating up and down as you go throughout life and as you grow, and the changes that you see throughout the years. So first off, I want to describe what that dieting cycle might look like. Start off by describing what that dieting cycle looks like. So we start this crash diet. Typically that involves restrict a bunch of food. You start exercising. You're on this whole new 360 health journey. You're gonna do it all, right? And you're going to be perfect. You're going to never eat a meal, never eat a meal over those allowed foods, and it's just gonna line up perfectly, and you're gonna have this magic transformation in weeks or even just a few months. So you're starting this diet with these huge promises of yeah, I'm starting here day one and I'm just miraculously going to change by eliminating all my favorite foods and saying no to more social events and all that stuff. But so we start there, is starting that diet, going after it, getting after it. But then after a few days, we might start realizing, oh, I have this really restrictive list of foods that I can only have, and the good versus the bad and all these things thrown at you. So then we start feeling deprived. We've started a diet, we might be starting feeling deprived, and I'm really craving a pizza tonight, and it's Wednesday, but I can't have pizza because it's not the weekend. So you end up having the pizza and you're like, well, I might as well just not do this diet at all and throw it out the window. And so you went through that deprivation stage of telling yourself, I can't have these things, but your mind is like, okay, since you said I can't have it, I really want it now. You get what I'm saying? You go through this cycle of okay, feeling deprived, and all of a sudden I'm gonna eat that food, and now I feel guilty, now I feel shame, now I haven't done it perfectly, and so I might as well not even do the diet. You throw that out the window, and then you plan to restart a different diet or the same diet all over again in hopes of that you'll be perfect. And so that cycle just keeps going around and around and around, diet after diet. Simply said, the dieting cycle can contribute to your metabolism fluctuating over time. So how I want to describe the metabolism is by using an analogy. So bear with me here. I want you to think about your metabolism as a wood-burning fireplace inside of your home. So you have your wood-burning fireplace, which is your metabolism inside your body, regulated by hormones, your thyroid, all that jazz going on in there, your gut health. And then I want you to think about your body as your home. In order to keep our home warm, we need to feed the wood-burning fireplace firewood. We need firewood for that. And I want you to think about the firewood as our food, our macronutrient. We need the big logs, like our carbs, protein, fat, and water, to keep that fire going longer. But we also need things like twigs and kindling to keep that fire just igniting, going, feeding off the little things, in which think about those as your micronutrients that you're getting from your vegetables, your fiber, your fruits, and different supplements, things like that. So bear with me, keep that in mind as we go through. So let's transition way back to when we're babies. We're born, we're babies. The parent is told to feed the baby every few hours. And so we're constantly giving that baby fuel so that their metabolism can start revving up and catch up to their growing phases, which is really fast, because I feel like a lot of babies go from 0 to 2 years old in a blink of an eye. So as we're feeding that baby hourly, and then throughout months and months and months, the baby starts growing longer, growing wider, getting more getting some more rolls, things like that, because its body is trying to grow into what it's made to be, to what God made it to be. As we go through that, we enter the toddler stages and our childhood stages, and our bodies are growing so fast. And parents are often trying to feed their kids consistently, giving them snacks, making sure they're eating at meal times, because they know the importance of eating a meal and getting food in throughout the day, because it's going to help keep their energy up. It's going to help support their growth throughout those critical stages. And then we go into our adolescent teenage years. Now, this time can get a little crazy because our bodies really start changing. Puberty hits, and girls and boys notice their bodies are changing, but oftentimes we want to try to control that, where our bodies girls might be getting more curves and getting more hips, getting more of a chest, getting more body fat on their bodies, because that's what their bodies are meant to do through puberty, because our hormones are fluctuating so much. And boys, they go through this phase of puberty where they might typically shoot up and are string bean, and because they have more testosterone. Women have more estrogen, which creates those curvilicious curves, and men have more testosterone, which creates that more muscular look. During that time of puberty and your body changing, people get uncomfortable in their bodies. You might have felt that too. I know I felt that when my body went through that stage way back when of changing and developing, and I was self-conscious of it, and I kind of wanted to control it. And so what we were taught is you go on a diet in order to, shrink yourself or control the changes that are happening in your body without letting them happen. So we tend to go through these cycles of, okay, I'm going to start this diet, I remember Weight Watchers. I remember doing Atkins. I remember counting my calories eventually, because that's what I saw. That's what I saw in the media. That's what I saw in magazines. And that's just how it was, So I got into this, I got into running. I got into exercising for the wrong purpose of trying to change my body from what it was trying to change into naturally. So then when we really hit that dieting phase, during those critical stages of growth and puberty, we're not fueling our wood-burning fireplace in our house as it should. We're taking away the firewood. We're taking away the little kindlings, because we try to restrict fat, or we restrict carbs. So we're taking away these huge components to keeping our fire going, keeping our metabolism going, and saying, well, I'm just not going to eat. The less meals I have, the more I exercise, the better. But when you think about it, if you're not feeding a fire consistently, it's going to dim down. It's going to go back to embers. But then once you say, okay, now I'm going to feed it a bunch. So once you're off that diet and you're wanting to eat all the things, you're trying to build that fire back up, but it's never the same. It's never that good roaring fire that it was growing up as a child, when you were snacking, when you were eating consistently, when you were more stress-free from the food. And so, yeah, that's how our metabolisms adapt to how we're feeding it and how we're treating it. Is we need to continue fueling our bodies. And so at this point in our teen years, we're going into our 20s, we might still be going through that dieting cycle. So our metabolism has gone up and down, up and down. The fire has gone to embers. The fire has gone back up to flames, back to embers, back to flames. But like I said, it's never the same as to what it was when we were consistently giving it fuel, treating it right, nourishing it with the right types of firewood. Over time, our metabolism has adapted to maybe fuel off the embers in a low roaring fire. And so some signs of a slower metabolism is feeling really cold all the time, cold hands and feet, and hair falling out, and our skin's really dry. And just those are just a few of the many signs that your body tries to show you of, hey, I need more fuel. Can you please give me more nourishment, please, so that I can be up and running and keep up with you in how active you are. So that is how our metabolisms can be affected by dieting, essentially, is we're taking away so much. Restrict, restrict, restrict. Our fire goes back down the embers, but then when we try to quote unquote eat like we used to, then maybe you notice your body putting on more weight, but that's your body saying, hey, I love this fuel. Give me time to adapt to that. Give your metabolism time to adapt to that. And the amount of nourishment that you're giving yourself consistently over time matters so much more than I'm going to go 2 weeks doing it all and then 2 weeks doing nothing at all. And doing this all or nothing, our fire is not going to be the same. It's not going to keep our house super warm. It's not going to keep our house feeling nice and cozy to walk into. So I hope that helps you understand how the dieting cycle can affect your metabolism adapting over time. I want you to keep in mind that, again, we have to fuel a fire consistently and give it the big firewood, our carbs, protein, fat, water, and we have to give it the kindling and twigs, which are our micronutrients coming from fruit, veggies, supplements, fiber, just all the like little tiny nutrients that help our bodies run as well. So if you're healing your relationship with food, or maybe you're feeling like I don't have the quote unquote willpower to do things, but honestly, we need to start simple and heal that relationship with fear foods of like, I can have all foods. It's just I'm being more aware of what foods work best for me. And if I want to say yes to going out for pizza on a Thursday night, heck yeah, I'm going to say yes to going out for pizza on a Thursday night, because I don't have to wait till the weekend to be perfect for 5 days and not. So your metabolism is not broken forever, or if you've noticed changes in your body, it could very much so be a deeper root cause of, okay, maybe we need to fix some gut issues. So maybe we need to fix some hormonal imbalances. Maybe we need to reduce some stress in your life. Like simple things, you guys. It's incredible what can happen when you just choose to be more aware of how your daily routines make you feel, and changing the perspective of, okay, what can I add instead of what do I need to take away? Thank you for taking the time out of your day today and just hearing me out here. And we've all been there. I've been there through that dieting cycle over and over again. And it's a lifelong journey of healing your relationship from that. And just know it's the effort you put in consistently over time. I cannot reiterate that enough. We're not going to be perfect. We were not made to be perfect. We were made to put in effort, and we were made to try our best and learn as we go to fail forward. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below, and see you soon.